Under the Trump administration, we imposed extreme vetting and put on a powerful travel ban to keep radical Islamic terrorists and jihadists out of our country, and with great success. You know that. You didn't see anything about that for 4 years, did you?
Radical Islamic terrorists and jihadists. The only people you kept out of the US for 4 years were Muslims. You basically banned Muslims from all Muslim-majority countries. Regular people, regular law-abiding citizens. People who had business in the US, who had family in the US, who had lives in the US, who couldn't get into the US because of your racist, xenophobic travel ban that had no bearing on anything. You did it in the first week of your presidency. You said, we are going to have a total ban of all Muslims entering the US until we can work out what the hell is going on. You never did work out what the hell is going on. Well, let me tell you. Homegrown terrorists, white people, your supporters are the people that are committing terrorism in the US, not Muslims.
When I return to office, the travel ban is coming back even bigger and much stronger than before. The United States will not be condemned for the same fate as countries like France, which are truly going through hell right now. I will also order our government to deny entry to all communists and Marxists as required by law.
Okay, so you're going to ban Muslims, more Muslims maybe, and now you're going to stop people at the border and you're going to be like, are you a fascist? Are you a Marxist? Are you a socialist? Are you a communist? Nope. Come on in then. I mean, seriously. It's getting to a point where fascism is just becoming part of the natural vernacular. He's not even hiding the fact that he's Hitler in a different costume. He doesn't care anymore. He's just going for it. He recognizes that the people that like him are the people who have a kind of desire to be as racist as he is, but they've never been given the opportunity to say it out loud. And because he is, they now can too.
Our bigger problems is getting the ones that we have here out. The ones that got elected to office, we got some bad people, Shifty Schiff, and these people are sick people. They're bad people. They're liars and bad people.
So you're now going to round up people in the US. Who are you starting with? The Jews? I mean, Adam Schiff is a Jew. You're going to round him up? You're getting rid of him because he's a Jew or because he's a socialist? Or what is it? I mean, you can't just say this stuff and not have anything to back it up with. And isn't this the point, that there is no law in the land that will ever allow this type of fascist behavior? And yet Donald Trump seeks to change that. And his plan is that by packing the Supreme Court with people who have these same far-right Christian nationalist, xenophobic and racist views that he has, that whatever he wants, the Supreme Court will be working for him. The Justice Department will be working for him. And he will be managing these branches of government, not as separate branches, but as his personal departments that respond to him and that he can dictate to. That is what he wants. That is where it's going to end up. And if you vote for Donald Trump, that's what you're going to get.
Trump is soft on Russia. I was soft on Russia. We wiped out all those tanks with the guns. I gave them, and all the sanctions I put on. And yet I got along with Putin. But the apple of his eye was Ukraine. I said, Vladimir, don't do it. It'll be so bad for you if you do it. We will hit you harder than anybody has ever hit you. You got lucky with Germany, they froze. You got lucky with Napoleon, they froze. We're not going to freeze. You know, missiles aren't freezing as they're pouring. And he didn't believe me, but he believed me 5%. That's all we needed, right?
What is he even talking about? I said, Vladimir, don't hit Ukraine, and he didn't believe me, but he believed me 5%, but I'm not going to freeze the missile. Where is this stuff coming from? And just the sheer gall of the man to kind of rewrite history. Does he not think that Vladimir Putin is watching these speeches thinking, he never said that to me? The guy is a performer. It's a theatrical production. He's playing the role of an ex-president, an aggrieved ex-president. Oh, why are they trying to prosecute me? I don't get it. Because you committed crimes, man. Crimes against your own country. And until it kind of sinks in, and this is the problem with malignant narcissists, right? He will never know what he's done. He will never understand or accept the negative impact he's had on American society, American culture, American politics. And it's going to last decades. I mean, don't think that getting rid of this guy is going to change anything because, he now has implanted mini Trumps all over the country in the judiciary, in politics, in governors and mayors. The legacy of Trumpism is going to last a long time. And people need to realize that the alternative is somebody who has compassion in Joe Biden. Okay, he might be a little too old, but he is compassionate. He is not crazy. He's not a dictator. He's not an authoritarian. He's trying to forgive student debt, for goodness sake. Dictators don't do stuff like that. And Donald Trump is so against the very people that vote for him. He cares nothing for regular people. He just wants to change the tax code so that he and his rich friends can pay as little tax as possible. Not that that didn't stop him before. So, what do you want America to be like? How do you want it to play out? What kind of a country do you want to live in? And what makes me so sad is that it's a confidence trick. And all of these people that support him and follow him around to rallies, their lives did not get better under him. It's so sad because he is milking them for money, wasting their time and their energy, causing division in their families. And they're just buying merchandise and they're donating money and they're showing up for rallies and giving him their last dime. And they've all been suckered. And they don't seem to realize they're voting for the wrong guy. If they voted Democrat, their lives would be better. They would have more money in their pockets. They would have access to more services in their community and beyond. It really is like turkeys voting for Thanksgiving. And it makes no sense to me. But as we know, it's a cult. This confidence trick is using undue influence. It's really taking the most vulnerable people and manipulating them, turning them against the other half of the population. And if Donald Trump thinks that there's 200 million people that support him, and that think like him and that want to vote for him, then he is going to get a nasty surprise in November next year. Because in reality, the Trump support is minimal. They just make the most noise. I'm Anthony Davis. You can hear me every day on the 5-Minute News podcast, on Wednesdays on MAGA Uncovered, and on Sunday hosting The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.